Hi guys, welcome back to the garage. And here we are, another 80-degree day in San Diego. The temperatures went back up today, so it is a gorgeous day. So of course I'm out here in the garage and I am redecorating for spring. So as I bring you down, here is my new setup in the garage. So here we go. I've added some things here because my stack of stuff to show off is growing. So I have some incense going here, and I want to focus on these beautiful goddesses that I got from Brigids Grove. I have been wanting to get some of these ever since I saw one on Simon's channel. And I finally did. These are actually moon goddesses. If you start from, I think it's your right. So with the red one with the blue over here, that is the Maiden Moon. And then next, the white is the waxing moon. And then the blue is the full moon, and then the black is the Crone Moon. But this is the moon goddess set from Brigids Grove, which I absolutely love. And then I decided to bring out a spread cloth because the table is just dirty. So this will help me keep it clean. I can just shake this out and stuff. And then, of course, I brought out this fantastic cabinet that I'm going to keep some of my resins and things in, and of course all my good little jujus up there on the top. Okay, here we go. Let me put you down here, hopefully without making y'all too sick. Hi guys. So yeah, I decided today was a gorgeous day, so I thought I'd come out and kind of the table was dirty as it gets being out in the garage. So I wiped everything down, and I thought, you know, I'm going to redecorate here because it's springtime. And I want to bring that in into the garage and into my spiritual area, which I've now commandeered as mine here. Also, well, actually, the reason I'm coming on today is because this is a VR to Katey flowers. Unfortunately, I had a late night last night, so I missed Katey's interview with Simon this morning, but I'm going to go watch it later tonight. But she had recently put up a video about managing addictions and triggers. Now, I've mentioned this a couple of times, but I really haven't delved into it. I feel like I've kind of glossed over it. And so when she put up that video, it gave me a little more reason to kind of put it out there. So this goes along with my weight loss. Katey has talked for several years now about her alcohol addiction. And so I am going to talk about my food addiction. I don't think I've had a week binge-free, and I can't remember how long. I'll do good for a period of time, and then I'll hit a trigger, and my response is food. And so, so you can kind of understand where I'm coming from. I mean, people might think a binge is, you know, going through the drive-through. And to some people that is, but it's actually the amount of food you eat. I could actually eat an entire half-gallon of ice cream during a binge. I will eat 2 bags of cookies during a binge. And so all my good work that I've done during the week, I've just absolutely killed it with the binge. And so Katey's video about managing her triggers for alcohol really kind of reminded me of something that, you know, maybe I should try. It's worked for Katey, and so I'm going to see how this works for me. Now, what she suggests, and this is for anyone dealing with any kind of addiction, or anything that has a trigger in it. Um, you know, people suffering from PTSD have triggers. Uh, People who suffer from anxiety have triggers. So I think this could be helpful to them. Uh, so anyway, Katey suggests what you do is you get a deck and you pull out 2 or 3 cards that represent your triggers. So what I did was is I got Tarot in the New Vision and pulled out some cards. So my cards are the Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups is family and friends and gathering together. And they don't show it in this card, but it usually has to do with food. There's usually food somewhere present. And so every time I go out with friends or family that are meeting for dinner, that's a trigger. I have to, be careful and thoroughly check over the menu and try and do the best I can. Usually what ends up happening is I do real good at home, or no, I do real good at the restaurant, and then when I get home I binge. So there's that. My second trigger is change. Now, I'm pretty good at dealing with change. I'm pretty good under pressure. My problem is that when the pressure's over, when the change has occurred and everything's said and done, that's when I collapse. It's like, okay, it's over, it's done, it's happened, we're out of the tough time, right into the binge to make myself feel better for all the trauma I've been through during the change. So that's trigger number 2. Trigger number 3 is loss. Anytime I feel a loss, if it was a loss of a friend, it could be the loss of an argument, it could be loss of what I may perceive as prestige where I work. Any kind of a loss will set me off as well. So these are probably the 3 biggest moments, 3 biggest triggers that will bring on a binge. So after Katey says, after you get your 3 cards, then she says get a separate deck all together. And so I did. I thought I would get the Aquarius Tarot because it's funky, it's fun, and truthfully, I haven't used it very much. So I thought, I'm going to give this a try. And true to form, this is a little cheeky monkey. Of course, her name is Dawn Aquarius, but every time I see this, I can't help thinking about the 70s, right? So anyways, yeah, so this is rather interesting though. So for my 10 of Cups card, I pulled the 5 of Cups. So to me, what that says is, to me it says don't go. Yeah, you're gonna lose out on a little bit of together time, but you still have, stuff that you've got to work on. So don't jeopardize yourself. Hang on to the 2 that you have left and try and move forward with that. Obviously, by the character's demeanor, this is not going to be easy for me and something I constantly am going to have to look at because I actually like meeting people over dinner or over lunch kind of situations. So, yeah. So I'm going to have to work out how to manage that better. Then my second card that I chose was Death, which was change. And the card I got for this was Strength. And so I think the card is telling me that I I have it within me to do this. I have the power to do this. And don't give up. Don't give up. You can make friends with, you can overcome this obstacle. You can get past the change without binging. You have to believe, that you have the strength. And so this is a constant thing. I love this with the lemniscate above her head, the infinity sign. This is a lifelong battle for me. Lifelong battle. So that's what I'm looking at there. And then my last card is loss. Loss with the Five of Cups. And the card I pulled was the Six of Swords. So what that tells to me is that I can't take the time to dwell on the loss. I got to get out of there and keep moving, because if I dwell on the loss, it's gonna result in a binge. And so I have to not focus on the loss. I have to continue to move forward here, and go someplace else, get away from it. That's all I have to do. I can't dwell and think about it, what's happened, water under the bridge, so to speak. But I have to go. I can't dwell there. So these are the things I am now going to try and work on to get my binging under control. Even since I did the weight loss kit, I am still having difficulty with my binges. I'm doing better with everything else, but at least once a week, I've had a binge episode. And so I'm going to try concentrating, path working with these three cards to get me through my triggers, and hopefully I'll have something better to tell you at perhaps in a couple weeks, few weeks, the beginning of May, that things have gotten better. So there you have it, guys. That's where I am with this situation. Katey, thank you so much for being so transparent about your life and what you do, and reaching out to those of us who also have addictions and triggers, although they may not be, alcohol based. So I appreciate that. All right, guys, much love. I'll see you next time.